Hello and welcome to Crunchy Yoga. We're going to really engage the tummy, lower abdominals, upper abdominals, everywhere in between. Just kind of regular poses if you're familiar with yoga, but we're just going to add that abdominal awareness to what we do. Hope you enjoy spending your time with me. So come down onto your mats. We will need, actually, sorry, before you move, we need either a yoga brick or something similar, just for the nice release and opening kind of stretchy bit at the end. So just have it nearby, but you don't need to use it for your practice per se. Okay, good. So pop that to the end there. So coming down, take two. So your hands and sort of on the tummy. Feet about hip width apart. Just take a moment to settle. Just notice how you're feeling. Usual kind of pre-match warm-up. Excuse me. So sometimes when we lie down, we kind of end up scrunched up, so the shoulder blades can get kind of jammed underneath. So just take a second just to release and flatten off your shoulder blades. So then the spine will relax and you have that lovely natural little lumbar curve there in your lower back. So with your hands on your belly, it just allows you to really fully arrive in your body, to be fully present. Breathing in and out, noticing the softness underneath your hands as you inhale and exhale. So gentle kind of rise and fall. Close your eyes. That really helps you feel. So you can feel the movement more with your eyes closed. If your eyes are open, you're kind of going to think mode. So you'll be more thinking about the movement. So really feel it. And give your sacrum, so the back of your pelvis, those little bony sort of triangle of bone at the bottom of the spine there. Give your sacrum a chance to relax at the bottom of the out breath. So just feel it melting into the mat. You may also become aware of a kind of, it's passive, but in other words, you're not making it happen. A gentle rock of the pelvis. So as you inhale, your hip points might just tilt away slightly. And as you exhale, your hip points might come back a little bit more towards you. So just to remind you, that's a passive movement. So it's not something you're actively creating. It's just something that you're feeling, you're aware of, if it's part of your practice here and now. Just maybe one or two more breaths here. Good. So you can keep your hands on your tummy because I'd like you to feel what happens under your hands as you actively engage your lower abdominals here. So you can separate your hands maybe fingertips just touching, or you can keep them stacked. Elbows are relaxed and down. Just walk your feet in and your knees together, so everything's kind of connected. And start to press down through your feet. Inhale, and as you exhale, empty your body completely and draw your navel to your spine and consciously feel your lower back pressing into your mat, and hopefully a real firming up under your hands. Inhale, let everything relax, so you've got that lovely release through the lower back, belly swells. Exhale, press through the feet. That helps you engage your tummy. Good. Actively draw the navel in at the bottom of the out breath. And so we'll do that 3 more times. And as you do that, I'll just chat to you about what we're doing with the navel. So yes, we want to draw the navel back to the spine, but we also want to give ourselves the idea that the navel is hooking up a little bit behind the rib cage, like the sort of bottom of a letter J, a capital J. So if you draw back and up on your final exhalation, you're going to draw that action in the abdominals a little higher up. Good. Now relax. Just separate the feet about hip width, knees also. Hands are on the thighs. Good. So the heel of the hands quite close to the hip points. Now as you inhale, you're where you are. As you exhale, navel to spine, hook the navel back and up. Press down for your feet and start to slide your hands up towards your knees. Keep a nice little gap between your chin and your chest. Inhale, lower down. Exhale and come up. So this is more of a crunching action. So I'm not trying to come all the way up, which is sit up. There is a slight pelvic tilt going on, but then that's just the action of that strong contraction in the belly, rather than you actively tilting your pelvis. If you find the neck gets too involved, you can support the neck by bringing your hand to the back of your head so your neck doesn't have to hold on to the weight of your head. Let's do 3 more. Slow, controlled movements, so we really find those deep core muscles. Try not to leave your head behind. So what I mean by that is don't start to slide your hands and then whiplash your head up. Start by lifting the head to engage your abdominals. Coming up, stay up this time. We're just going to pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, tummy flat, 3, 2, 1. Good. Slowly lower down. Stretch your arms up, your legs out. Inhale, passive back bend. So you've got that passive word again. So your body goes into a back bend, kind of spontaneously here. Exhale through your mouth. Come back to the start position, legs bent, feet flat. This time, arms down by your side. So you're going to imagine that you're on a really slippy surface, so that as you go side to side, you're keeping the back of the shoulders on the floor. It's like you're kind of wiping the floor with your shoulders, or the back of the shoulder blades, I should say, because we're going to lift the shoulders up. So it's this movement here. Try not to twist from side to side. Okay? Good. So a little roll of the head from side to side is sometimes quite nice to do, particularly when you're working with your tummy muscles. Your neck can really get involved quite quickly. Good. So when you're ready, take a breath in, exhale, curl up. Now you can come up a little bit or to the tip of your shoulder blades. So we're just going to go side to side, so you'll curl around to the left, maybe tap the outside of your left foot, through centre and around to the right. And really work on the side body squeezing, a bit like a concertina, so you're squeezing the side waist. If you think lower ribs to the side of the pelvis, really squeeze like you're emptying a toothpaste tube, the last bit of toothpaste. So now we're using the obliques here, the side abdominals. Again, you can use the hand behind the head and switch. Maybe do single sides if that works better. One more to the left, one more to the right. Come back down. Release the weight of the head straight away into the floor. That can be quite, when you first lie down, stretch the legs out, arms up. Breathing in. Breathing out. Just pop your arms down by your side. I'll just come up to sit and chat to you. So stay on your mat for a moment. And just allow the belly to relax. Maybe hands on your tummy again. Take a few breaths. Just noticing now where you were really strongly contracted a moment ago, that everything is relaxed. So I spoke in my class, one of my classes this week, about how important it is to have balance. So we talk again about balance. It isn't just the ability to stand on one foot or one leg or one hand. It's about emotional balance, physical balance, dietary balance. But the balance here is between hard and soft. So hard if you think of that strong contraction when you're using your tummy muscles, and soft when the muscles are allowed and almost given permission to be soft. So we need those two states so that our nervous system understands that that's what our body requires. If you're only ever in one or the other, then your nervous system only expects that thing. So it's very reluctant to offer you the other. So we're finding balance today. Good. So we're coming back to the lower abdominal. So from the floor, and we're going to bring the feet up. We're going to separate the legs in a V and flex the feet. So this time what we're going to do is we're just going to curl the hips up a little bit in this way. And we're not using this movement here to do it. We're just squeezing and lifting. Squeeze. So it's not a big movement. Let's bring the big toes together. It's a little bit more of a challenge. Try and keep your eyes really relaxed. Good. So little lifts, squeeze. So you're having to use the abdominal muscles, a little bit of the back muscles to lift that heavy pelvis rather than the momentum of the legs, which just means you roll up. Okay, so separating the feet, arms up and overhead. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to sweep your arms forwards and through. This time your upper abdominals will assist with lifting the back up, and your lower abdominals will assist with lifting the hips. So you're squeezing both ends of your body towards each other. Inhale, come back. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Again, it's not a big movement, but once you get it right, it will feel quite challenging and you'll get hot really quickly. So working on this fire centre today, the core, particularly the second and third chakra. If you're interested in energy centres, it's quite tricky to talk and squeeze at the same time. One more. Good, hold, 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 and release. Again, just have that nice full body stretch. Arms out, legs out. Passive back bend. Inhale. Exhale. Arms down by your side. A little roll of the head. Well done. And let's just bend the legs, roll over, and come up onto all fours. So we're thinking of the side waist here. We'll do some cat-cows first, focusing on the front body. So inhale, feel a stretch across the belly. Exhale, gentle drawing in navel to spine, stretch across the back. And again, inhale, exhale. One more. Good, come back to the centre. As you breathe in, you're on all fours. As you breathe out, you're thinking left shoulder to left hip. It's not going to get there, but you're really squeezing. Come back to the centre. Inhale, exhale, right shoulder to right hip. And you're finding that side waist again. Breathe in, concertining it. Concertina-ring it as much as you can. Breathe in. Again, it's not a big movement, it's quite tricky to see, but you can find it quite quickly. So you're thinking shoulder towards hip, and we're not bending arms or anything. One more to the other side. Come back to the centre. Good, just round your spine as you sit back on your heels. Maybe turn the palms up. A little wiggle through the fingers. Maybe rotate through the wrists. Coming back up to hands and knees. Good. So this time we're just going to focus on bringing the knee to the outer elbow or outer upper arm. So we'll shoot the right leg back, inhale, exhale, bring the knee to the outside. Good, take the leg back. Turn to look at your knee but try not to collapse into the opposite elbow. Squeeze, again, so focusing on that side waist. Squeeze. One, two more, squeeze. Last one, squeeze. Hold it here, hold. See if you can bring your knee a tiny bit further forwards. Well done. And pop the knee down. Good, round your spine as you sit back on your heels. And try maybe a little bit of cat-cow, but from this extended child's pose position. Maybe wiggle the shoulders and come up. Let's do the other side. So other leg shoots back. Navel to spine. Exhale. Knee to the outer upper arm. Breathing in. Squeeze. And again. Squeeze. Again, try to avoid collapsing in the opposite arm and elbow. Squeeze. 2 more. Squeeze. Last one, we're going to hold. See if you can bring your knee a bit further forward. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Well done. Pop the knee down. Good. Tuck your toes and make your way to downward dog. Now maybe just have a nice little wiggle. So the knees can be really deeply bent, so you can focus on stretching out that side waist. Good. So let's just lift the heels, almost drop the knees to the mat, spin them to the left, come forward a little bit, just enough so you can feel a release on the left side. Come back through centre, other side same thing. Come back through centre, extend into your downward dog, then walk your feet to your hands, Uttanasana. Let's just hang out here for a moment. Walk the feet almost as wide as the mat. Bend your left leg. Now you might need a brick here if the floor isn't within your reach, so you can grab it. Just bring your, bend your right leg. Bring your right hand about 6 inches in front of the right foot and sweep the left arm out and up. Then take the arm forwards and down. Well done. Bend the opposite leg, move your brick across if you're using it. Take the right arm out and up. And reach that arm forwards and down. Good. Heel toe the feet a little closer. Take a breath in here. Exhale. Press down through your feet like you did right at the beginning of your practice. And use that effort through the legs and the core to bring you up. Arms out and up. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale your hands back to your heart. Well done. Let's do a little Surya Namaskar A. Breathe in, arms out and up. Exhale as you dive forwards and down. Squeeze the navel to the spine and hook it up behind the rib cage. Breathe in, come up to your flat back. Exhale, step back to downward dog. Plank pose, knees up or down, lower all the way to the belly. Cobra or upward dog. If you're in upward dog, activate the glutes, the bum muscles, just to secure and keep the lower back nice and safe. Notice how that frees up the front of the body. And exhale back to downward dog. Well done. Couple of breaths here. Take your feet a bit further back, step them a little bit wider. Feel a length in the side waist. Then when you're ready, walk your feet and your hands towards each other. And once again, slowly uncurl to stand. So the action we did, that crunch when we were at the beginning of our time together, coming up and lifting the hips up, we're going to do that from standing. So we're doing like a standing crunch. So rather than just thinking, I'll just hold on while I demonstrate, rather than just thinking of the arm up and just kind of coming here, we're going to actively squeeze, 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 and come down. Rounding through the back a little bit, but really using the core muscles to create that scrunchy feeling here. All right? So you can do it with support, so you can perhaps bring your right hand to a wall as you stand on your right foot, or you can do it freestyle on your mat. Good. So standing on your right foot, with both arms up, breathe in. And as you breathe out, nice and slow, bring that left knee up, make a fist with both hands, engage your tummy, draw it back to the spine, hook it up behind the rib cage, and bring your chest towards your thigh and your thigh towards your chest. Good. Breathe in back to where you came from, both feet, same side again. Exhale. So mountain pose crunches. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Squeeze. 2 more. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Last one. Now breathe in, arms up, palms together overhead, exhale. Bring your hands back to your heart. Well done. So even doing something like that, when you know you can do the other side, you might notice a difference already. So let's go to the other side. So if you're using a wall, remember to turn around. So your supporting leg is the leg that's next to the wall. Good. So we're going to stand on the right foot this time. Breathe in, both arms up. The left foot, sorry. Exhale, right knee up and scrunch. So just make sure you're engaging all of your tummy muscles to come down towards the thigh and all of your tummy muscles to bring the thigh up towards your chest. Good, breathe in, up. Exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Breathe in. Exhale, squeeze. Bit of a balance as well. Breathe in. Exhale, squeeze. Whoops. Breathe in. This time, palms together overhead. Exhale your hands to your heart. Step to the front of the mat. Arms out and up. Inhale, exhale as you dive. Navel to spine. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, step back, downward dog. Plank pose, knees up or down, all the way to the floor. Activate your glutes to help you find a deeper back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Well done. Now from the back of the mat, we're going to come into warrior one. So step your feet together. Lift up the left leg, breathe in and exhale, step your left foot forwards. Back heel touches down. Walk your hands up your front thigh. Okay. So we're going to do a little crunch in warrior one. So we'll wipe together. Breathe in, take your arms up. Now as you breathe out, release the back heel. It's a balance again. You're going to come back to that Tadasana type feel. Breathe in, step back into your warrior one. Exhale, release the back heel. You can tap the foot in and squeeze. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. I appreciate we're using the same side that we just used. Good. And exhale. This time, warrior one, hold. Good. Now firm up through your feet. Take your arms out and back. Navel to spine. Halfway forwards. So sometimes called lightning bolt or sort of winged warrior. Firm up through both feet. Navel to spine. Then arms out and up. Warrior one. Exhale to the floor. Good. Step back to plank pose. Hang out here for a breath. Then your vinyasa to the floor. You can roll down, it's fine. Upward dog or cobra, engaging the glutes. Downward dog, step the feet together. Inhale the right leg up, step it forwards. Back heel touches down. Walk your hands up your right thigh. So let's go again. And to modify, you can still hold on if you wish. And remember, you can skip the back foot in as you draw the knee up. Okay, here we go, arms out and up. Warrior one, release the back heel and squeeze. Step back. So you're using your core to control the lifting and the returning of your foot to your mat. One more. Well done. Take your arms out and back. Engage your tummy and then lean and press, really press down through both feet. You'll notice how that supports the weight of the upper body. Try lifting your toes, see what difference that makes. Relax your feet, arms out and up. Inhale, exhale, hands down. Step back to downward dog. Good. Now from downward dog, I'm just going to walk the feet and the hands towards each other and slowly uncurl and turn to face each other, stepping wide on the mat. So we're going to do a version of warrior two. So we'll turn out the right foot, we'll turn in the left foot, so the heel just kind of points diagonally back a bit. Adjusting the foot so that when you bend your knee, you've got a nice straight line from your knee to your ankle, hands behind the head. Good. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, squeeze the right side waist as you lean over. Think elbow to knee, but it doesn't have to get there. Try not to straighten your leg. Top shoulder back. Inhale up. Exhale, other side. Squeeze. Breathe in up. Exhale over towards the bent leg. Squeeze. Breathe in up. Exhale over towards a straight leg. Squeeze. And again. Last one. Squeeze. Come up. Straighten out bent legs. Square your toes to each other and the mat. Good. Interlink your hands behind you. Take a breath in. A little bit of a back bend. Exhale. Maybe soften the knees as you come forwards. Arms up and over. Or hands can rest on the lower back. Let's just bend one leg, straighten the other, and just gently move from side to side, chest towards the bent leg. Come back to the centre, good. Hands to the hips, soften both knees, press through your feet, use your tummy to help you come up. Good, other side, turn out the left foot, turn in the right. Hands behind the head. Good, so there's a little bit of pressure on the head, so the head is pressing back into the hands to make sure that the hands don't just start to push the head forwards and down. Elbows stay open. Adjust the feet so they've got a nice line from your left knee down towards your left ankle. It's better to be a little higher up than shoot over the foot this way. Okay, good. Inhale, exhale over towards the bent leg. Keep your chest open. Try not to collapse with that top shoulder. Breathe in up and squeeze over to the straight leg. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. If you get it right, you're going to get quite sweaty. Good, which is good. Squeeze, squeeze. There you go. Squeeze towards the straight leg. Breathe, come up. One more to each side. Squeeze. Come up. One more to the straight leg. Come up. This time, look towards that bent leg. Bring your hands to the floor and step back to downward dog. Good. We're going to take a few breaths in downward dog, or you can vinyasa, so you can go plank all the way to the floor, your back bends, and then join us in downward dog. Good. And from the back of the mat, gently walk or step your feet till your hands come up halfway. Inhale, exhale, fold, opposite hand to opposite elbow. Walk the feet a little wider, soften the knees. And do the move side to side, so you're focusing on the side waist, sort of releasing and lengthening. So just close your eyes again so you can feel that nice release. And you may find as you go to the right, you want to straighten the left leg. And similarly, as you go to the left, you might want to straighten the right leg. Then come back to the centre. Relax your arms, firm up through your feet, and uncurl to standing. Arms out and up, breathe in. Palms together, and exhale your hands back to your heart. So we're going to work with another warrior pose, warrior 3. And it's a little warrior 3 crunch. Again, you can support yourself on a wall or a chair or a piece of furniture that's about hip height is fine. We're going to be extending the arms. So you can be in any version of warrior 3. You're going to be extending the arms. You're going to bend a standing leg and scrunch and crunch the knee forwards and the elbow back beyond that position. So you're really curling up into a tight ball. And then you'll extend and curl. You can have the opposite hand on the waist of the standing leg. All right, so we'll give it a go. Shoulders up, back and down. Bring your hands back to your heart. Find your breath. Find your focus. Smile. To Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Good. So we'll start by softening both knees, relax your arms, and step your right foot back so you're on the right big toe. On the left big toe, sorry. I'm trying to mirror you here. So make sure you haven't sort of leant forwards over the front foot. So step back here. And then bend your front leg. Hopefully that's your right leg now. Hands to the waist. As you gently sort of propel yourself forwards with your back foot, coming up into your Warrior 3. Now as you extend the left arm, good. Breathe in here, exhale, bend your standing leg and curl the left arm and left knee in past each other. Good, breathe in, open, extend. Exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Remember you can have your right hand on a furniture or the wall. And again, otherwise right hand on right hip, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. One more. And squeeze. Good, extend. Look down, bring both hands to the floor. Left leg floats up. And then pop your left foot down by your right so you're in a forward fold. Come up halfway, inhale. Exhale, release, soften the knees, press down to the feet, come up, arms out and up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Just take a moment to compose yourself. So it's quite easy when you stop moving either dynamically or strongly to go, oh, thank goodness for that. Well, that just draws the energy down. So we're in transition between both sides. So we still need to be quite buoyant energetically. So although you're giving the physical side of the body a little bit of respite, you're still energetically involved. Good, so other side. Relax, bring your hands to your hips. Your standing foot is your left foot this time. So just start to take your right big toe back. Good. Soften your standing leg and prepare to push. Gently sort of push forwards. It's like trying to reach forwards with your chest. Remember if you're working with more support, you've got your left hand on your wall now. Okay, good. Here we go. So make your way to your Warrior 3. Right arm by right ear. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. Knee and elbow go beyond each other, they kind of overlap. Soften your standing leg. Good, press into your standing foot as you extend. Maybe you can hold on here if you're wobbly, like me today. And squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And again, extend, inhale. Exhale, soften your standing leg. It's my challenge today, apparently, and squeeze. One more. Squeeze. Look down at the floor this time from this curled up position. Hands touch down. Bend your standing leg if you need to. Shoot your other leg up. Then release the foot to the floor. Come into your standing forward fold again. Uttanasana. A little bit of a walk to the front of the mat. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, make your way back to downward dog. Good. Pop your knees down. And have a little breather. So I'll chat to you. You can sit up or you can stay in child's pose and just listen. We're going to move from downward dog to plank. First one will be knee to chest and thinking chest to knee, so that real strong scrunch. And then we'll do knee to outside of upper arm, a bit like we did earlier when we were on all fours. So if you'd rather not work from plank or downward dog, you can do the same movement but from your hands and knees. So you kind of squeeze them round. And you'll extend from here and then go back to this side movement that we did earlier. Okay, otherwise, join me in downward dog. Good. Engage the tummy, so draw the rib cage in and down, navel to spine, and kind of hook it up gently behind the ribs. So we're going to work with a single leg. So we're going to allow the left leg to float up. Inhale. Now exhale, we're going to come through into a plank position. So shift your shoulders forwards. Imagine you're scooping your knee into, I don't know, ice cream. As you come forward, scoop it down and then draw it up. Nose towards knee. Back to where you came from. Inhale, exhale, scoop and lift. There's that crunch again. And again, crunch. 2 more. And then we're going to go straight to the plank with the knee to the outside. Good. Right, left leg up again this time. Bend the knee out to the side and bring the knee as high as you can towards the outside left upper arm. And again, breathe in. Exhale, squeeze the side waist. And again, squeeze. 2 more. Squeeze. Last one. Squeeze. Downward dog. Take a moment, again, compose yourself in downward dog, or maybe extended child's pose to give the wrists a little bit of relief. Just anywhere that you can connect with your breath. So whether you're in extended child's pose or downward dog, take a few moments to bring the breath back into that nice, easy place. Good. Other side. So make your way up to downward dog. Bring the feet together. Remember to work from all fours if you prefer. So right leg lift as you inhale. Exhale, scoop that imaginary treat from the mat and draw it in up towards your chest as your shoulders come forwards over your wrists. And again, scoop and lift. And again, scoop and lift. Good. 2 more. So really work your hands as well. Press your hands into the floor like you're trying to push it away. Good. Now we go to that side movement. So curl the knee out to the side and as high as you can on that outside right upper arm. Breathe in and scrunch the side waist. Good. And again. 2 more. 1 more. Well done. Good. Release the feet, pop the knees down and make your way, wave your way down, thighs, pubic bone, hips, belly, ribcage, chest. Make a pillow with your hands. And rest your head on your hands. Remember what I mentioned earlier about kind of surrendering everything into stillness. Yes, to the physical body, but kind of not energetically. So we're still going to do some work, but from the floor. So strengthening the back of the body just to bring a little bit of balance. So if you remember I mentioned hard and soft earlier. Now it's kind of front to back. Good. So just do a couple of variations of cobra. So you're going to either have your feet and legs together. If that pinches your lower back, you're going to take your feet and legs into more of a V shape. Try and have your heels in line with the back of your knees rather than flopping out or in. Good. Now you're going to bring the hands onto the back of the head like we did when we were doing our little sideways crunch in our warrior 2. So forehead down, hands on the back of the head. I'll keep my head up so I can chat to you and not chatting into the floor. Once you've got your hands on your head, then lift your elbows up so they're off the floor, probably in line with the wrists. Good. They're going to stay up even as we lift and lower the body. You're going to lightly press your head into your hands and your hands into your head. Inhale, lift with that kind of resistance, and exhale, lower. Keep that going. Inhale, lift, squeeze the glutes, but keep the feet down. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. It kind of restricts the range of movement, so you're not expecting to lift too high. Come up, inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Stay up, exhale, maybe lift the legs. And slowly release. Maybe turn your head to the left. Rest your right cheek on your mat. Palms of the hands up. And if your shoulders restrict that movement and it's tight, you can have your palms facing inwards if that's better. Most people are okay with this though. Physical rest, but energy still buoyant. Good. So readjust the legs, the feet, this time coming up onto the forearms, so a Sphinx position. From Sphinx, we're just going to turn the hands out ever so slightly, so not all the way, so just sort of where they can naturally go to without you having to do too much else with your arms. Shoulders back and down. You're going to squeeze the glutes again as you press up onto your hands. Okay, so we're just going to lift and lower opposite arm with the breath. The idea is as you lift the arm, you're not collapsing down onto the side that you've released. So keep that navel strong. Inhale, lift the left arm in line with the left shoulder, and exhale, lower it down. Shift the weight to the left hand, inhale, lift the right arm, exhale, lower it down. And again. And again. So strengthening all of the muscles on the back, supporting this movement by drawing the navel back, squeezing the glutes to give a kind of sense of ease to the front body to help us maintain the back bend. One more on the right. Good, then release down, make a pillow with your hands again. Relax your feet, maybe sway your hips from side to side. So you've got one more thing to do, going back to our Sphinx position. So you're going to press your forearms actively down, so to keep that chest lifted. Try and keep the chest broad and the collarbones relaxed and wide. We're going to do single leg lifts, keeping the legs stick straight. And I can just advise you that it's not a huge movement at all. So please don't tilt over so you can lift your leg high. You want both hip points and probably your pubic bone still on your mat. It's quite a challenging movement when you engage everything you need to. Okay, so spread the fingers, press into the arms, shoulders back, chest broad. Good, firm up through the navel. We're just going to lift the left leg and then lower the left. Now, as you release that leg, there might be a tendency for your lower back to crunch up. So squeeze the glutes and keep the tailbone long. Side to side. Be careful you're not just bending your leg and then kind of flapping your leg up and down. So inhale as you lift, exhale as you lower. Try your best to avoid twisting into the shoulders. Well done. One more on the right. Well done. And then coming up to your hands and knees, exhale back to extended child's pose. Well done. So it's quite nice again to allow the hips to sway and release. Then we're going to extend the arms, keeping the hips down, and kind of do cat-cow from here. That really helps release and open the back, particularly the lower back. And then we'll come back to the centre. We'll bring the knees together if they're wider. We'll walk the hands over to the left. Your right hand is going to come on top of your left and you're going to interlink the fingers. And then let your hips slide a little bit more over to the right. And breathe into the sensation you can feel on the right side waist. So close your eyes again and feel. So you can make that a little deeper by popping your left forearm down and coming up onto the fingertips of your right hand. So you're making like a crab shape if you choose to do that. Relax, bring your hips back as you walk your hands back to the centre. Take a breath at the centre. And walk around to the right. So what we're trying to avoid is lifting up to walk the hands over. So if you think child's pose, your chest on your thighs are as close as it can be, keeping that same body position, but just moving your arms and your upper body around. Left hand on top of right, hook the fingers, Slide the hips a little bit more to the left. Breathe into the sensation on the left side waist, the left side ribs. So remember to make it a little deeper. You can come onto your right forearm and tent your left fingertips. Wherever you are, relax, come back to the center, center your hips, and then make your way up to sit on your heels. I'll come to face you. So we're going to do a little bit of a side bend from here. So shoulders back and down. Bring your right fingertips to the floor. Inhale, left arm out and up. Exhale, over. Inhale, up. Same side. Exhale, over. Inhale, up. And exhale, over. Hang out here for a breath and see what's happened to your top shoulder. If it's dropped forward, if you imagine rolling your shoulder up to your ear, soften the elbow so you can take it back and down. And then maybe reach through the arm. Maybe even look up at that raised palm. Good, breathe in, press into your supporting hand to come up. Exhale, relax. Just take a moment, close your eyes. Just compare and contrast. The side, right side, front and back. Let's go to the other side. So left hand down, right arm out and up. Inhale, exhale, over. Inhale, up. Exhale, over. I'm going to hold the third one, inhale, up. Exhale, over. Same deal with this top shoulder. So take your sort of body over. Notice what's happened with the top shoulder. Relax the elbow. So roll shoulder up to the ear. Take it back and then down, like the shoulder blade really slides across your back to meet the other one. Then reach, maybe look up. Good, press into your supporting hand, breathe in. And exhale back where you came from. I'll turn sideways. So we've got a nice little bit of a side bend. So bringing your fingertips to the floor behind you. Just press the floor away. Lift the chest. A little lift of the chin. Breathe into the front body, the chest, the rib cage. If you want to go a little deeper, come onto the palms of the hands and press the hips up. And then release. Slowly slide off your heels. And we're coming into a nice half spinal twist. So legs out in front. We'll keep the left leg straight, we'll bend the right. And you've got the option to stay here. It's what we're going to do with the upper body that matters. So don't worry if you don't want to cross the foot or curl the other heel in. So you've got the right leg up, good. Breathe in, sweep your left arm forwards and up. Exhale, bend the arm. So you've got like a robot arm. Draw an imaginary line in front of you so your left elbow comes on top of your right knee. Right hand to the floor behind you, push into the floor with your fingertips, press down with your left elbow, feel the length in the spine. Inhale, sideways long, exhale and spin towards that back shoulder. Keep pressure in the back fingertips and the elbow on that top knee, on that front knee there. Feel the space you've made with that lengthening of the spine and allow yourself to kind of revolve into that space. One more breath. Good. And all I like to do here is take an inhale, and as you exhale, just relax everything. And then make your way back to the centre. Good. Stretch your legs out for a moment and a little roll from side to side. Let's go to the other side. So right leg straight, left leg bent. This is fine because you're going to do exactly the same thing regardless of what you do with your straight leg. Okay. You don't have to do both sides the same, by the way. Good. So left fingertips to the floor behind you, right arm forwards and up. Inhale, exhale, bend the elbow so you've got like this robot arm. Draw that imaginary line in front of you with your elbow and place it on top of that raised knee. So you're going to push down at the elbow, press down at the fingertips. Inhale, feel the length through the spine, the side waist, even space in the belly. And exhale, spin around towards that back shoulder. Keep the pressure in the fingertips and the elbow. Notice the space once more on this side and allow yourself to revolve and turn into that space. One more breath. And slowly, slowly relax and come back to centre. Brilliant. Uncross your legs. Comfortable seated position. Before we come into our stretchy bit with the brick, just bring your hands sort of on the side waist, thumbs on the back, fingers around the front. Relax, so try not to push, just let your hands rest there. Breathe into the belly, the rib cage, the back of the rib cage, the side waist. Exhale, just let everything kind of come back to centre. Inhale. Feel the expansiveness in the areas we've worked really strongly today, the freedom to move into those places. Exhale, release back to centre. One more. Well done. So we're going to use our brick. So something similar if you can, just so you can prop your hips up. You can do the movements without the hips being propped up, so don't worry if you haven't got anything to hand. It just adds a little bit of extra lengthening to the muscles that we're trying to find and release. Good, so lie back on your mat, legs bent. Just gently press into your feet to lift your hips. Now either your brick is on its lowest setting or it's on the medium. So we're not just going to jack ourselves up really high. And it comes underneath the pelvis. And sometimes there's a misconception here that it's on the back. It's on the back of the body, but it isn't on the actual spine bit of the body. So it's on the pelvis, the sacrum if you like as well. Good. So we'll start by bringing the feet and the knees together again. And we'll lengthen out the left leg, navel to spine to stop the back overarching. And we'll sweep the left arm up by the ear. We're going to take some lovely breaths along the left side of the body, left belly, left rib cage. We'll focus on the side body in a moment, but think front body here. Close your eyes again. Now reach up with your right hand and grab your left wrist and actively draw your left arm over, so you're drawing it towards the head and over, and slide your left leg across the mat until it touches the shin on the bent left leg. Keep the hip down and breathe it into that left side waist. Again, you can squeeze the glutes a little bit just to keep everything stable and create a bit more freedom in the movement of the upper body. Well done. Come back to the centre, let everything line up again. Rebend the left leg and pop both arms down by your side again. Let's do the other side. Slide the right heel away. Remember your heel stays on the mat so it isn't your leg floating in the air. Then sweep the right arm up by the ear, engage the navel. So it's not a strong and forceful exhalation with the navel aggressively coming down. It's just a gentle drawing in so you can feel that that right hip stays nice and square with the left and it isn't starting to curl up and over. Breathing in and up and down the right side, front body, over the hip, the belly, the rib cage, the right side chest there, the right chest. Or just repeatedly up the side, you're going to hold on to the right wrist with the left hand this time. Use your left hand to draw your right arm over and slide your right leg across till it kind of touches the left shin or left ankle. Keep that left hip nice and stable. Squeeze the glutes a little bit and the right hip down as you open and create length from the right side waist, the right rib cage there. Breathe into those areas of your body. Good, and make your way back to the centre. Square your leg up, rebend the leg. Pop your arms down by your sides. Good. Now press into your feet. Push through your feet and come up into bridge. Slide your support away, but stay up in your bridge for a moment and just make little circles, hip circles in your bridge. And then gently, through sort of the articulation of the spine, upper back, middle back, lower back and hips, bring yourself back down onto your mat. Walk your feet nice and wide, and arms relax, and just flip-flop your knees from side to side, focusing on the action across the hip points and across the belly rather than what your knees are doing. So feel it in those areas, the hip points, the belly, and side waist. And coming back to the centre, heel toe your feet a little closer. By all means, keep your legs bent for Shavasana, or slide your heels away so your legs are in a lovely wide V shape. Your arms are well away from the body, palms facing the sky. Everything's relaxed and easy. So this is where we surrender, not only physically, but also energetically. We allow everything to let go. Releasing into the support of the surface we're on for as long as we need. Take your time to enjoy the stillness and the serenity of Shavasana. And until the next time, Namaste.